I think it's funny when you add a little bit of money to a sport and you give some girls attention, what they can do with it. I think everyone should take a page out of our book and really put some more time and effort into women's everything.
Welcome to Breaking the Glass Hockey Podcast. We're talking women's hockey from the PWHL to the NCAA. We'll be talking with players, builders, coaches, and fans who have made this great game what it is today. It's time to educate, empower, and elevate. Let's go!
Welcome back, Breaking the Glass Hockey Podcast. Episode 34. We are out here burning the midnight oil.
Literally.
Linda and Brownie and Linda, we have beers, we have wine. It's 11:15 and Friday night, and we wanted to get this in before the Saturday games, after the play-in games. So yeah,
I got my spirit going. My 2021 Frozen 4.
Oh, nice.
Shirt. I
wore the Huskies hat because I know we're all NCAA, but at this point, it's Huskies. Let's go.
Man, sleep Huskies. Sleep well, Huskies. Let's go.
Yep.
So
what are you drinking? You're drinking wine, right?
I have my wine here. I can't decide. I got my little mini fridge going over here. This was a gift from a good friend of mine, Carolyn Heater. As people know her probably who listen to this podcast. She gave this to me forever ago, and we were talking about having beers, and I was like, I'm going to get my mini fridge going. So I stocked it. It's great. Which, by the way, I'm going to Florida on Sunday.
Oh, that's right.
To see Heater, who's rented a house for a month, and this is her last week. We're going to the Red Sox at the Fort Myers facility on Sunday. We're golfing on Monday. I'm just the glory days. They're going to be there Sunday to Wednesday. I'm very excited, especially because it was snowing today here in Rochester. So I was
it's
like,
on its way here. Yeah,
a big one of these to that. Yeah, let's have. But I'm having a lot of FOMs about the Minnesota situation because I have a lot of friends there, and my good friend Julie Otto, maiden name Otto, married name Greeley. She played at Northeastern, then played for the Gophers, scored their first goal ever for the Gophers in the varsity program. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be at the game. I'm gonna be in Laura Halderson's. Sweet. I was like, okay, of course you are a VIP. Like, why am I not with you? Like,
this is the time of year you get the worst FOMO that
I do.
You really do. I've heard you talk about like wanting to be at different events, but this one really gets you.
I want to be everywhere. I mean, I'm going to Florida on Sunday, so I'm flying out at 6 a.m. So I can't be in Minnesota on Saturday, clearly. Plus I have children.
Yeah.
Next weekend I got to go to Boston for a funeral in the middle of the Final Four. So I'm like, how can I make this so that I'm back? And if anything happens, I can drive to Penn State. And, my wife.
I already told Lori, I go,
like,
if it works out and I have the opportunity to go to Penn State, I go, I'm telling you right now, I go, I don't know if I really cleared this up with Linda yet because we talked a bunch. But I may just hop in the truck and drive to her house, sleep over, and then drive with her to the game. And Lori's like, do whatever you got to do.
Which is totally out of the way, by the way.
Yeah, but you're what, 4 hours to here, right?
Yeah, but no, I'm 6 to you.
Oh, I thought you were only 4. Oh, forget it though.
You're going to Toronto and then you got to go south. But
Gotcha.
Nobody needs this geography lesson. The point is that we're dedicated. We want to be there.
That's right. We are dedicated. Hey, I do want to give a shout out to this new brewery that I found.
What you got there?
The Gulf of Mexico, Mexican lager. The Minocqua Brewery in Minnesota. I figured it would be a good time to try these. I have a couple of them. They promise free beer when a certain orange dictator wannabe finally kicks the bucket. And I was like, oh, this is intriguing. So, I bought their Gulf of Mexico Mexican lager, and I have another brand over there. I got a couple of 4-packs from them. So shout out to you guys.
Okay.
If you want to be a sponsor, all it's going to take is a couple of sweatshirts, and me and Linda will talk about you every week.
Let's go. Well, I like to wear the stuff, so.
That's it. All right, let's jump in, man. Mea culpas. Only me. So remember, I was like, I think she's the younger sister. I was half right because they're twins. So I think that's like a 50-50 one.
It's kind of
Number
personal. You got to ask who
like
came
one's
up.
born
Like,
slightly ahead of the other,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
kind of personal question.
Still 50-50 shot. Sarah plays forward, number 26, and Kate plays D, number 24. Sarah is the one rookie of the year, player of the year. They're both excellent players, though. Very,
Yeah.
very good. In the news, StubHub launches her Sports Hub, a dedicated platform of women's sports tickets in response to surging demand to go to the events, which a bunch of people like you, Linda, they just want to go to all the events. So it's good. And from our buddy Chris St. Clair in the hockey news, the Ottawa Charge and the Ottawa Senators are having, quote, constructive conversations about more Charge games being played at Canadian Tire Center sooner rather than later, per an AP report. Quote, we've got a long way to go to figure out where we are for the future of Ottawa, but the relationship with the Senators has blossomed, Amy Shear said during the video call. So I would say that's a positive step in this drama.
Yeah, I mean, if they're willing to publicly say that it's going in a positive direction, I guess so.
Yeah, I would have liked to
Obviously,
hear from the Senators as well, but I don't know if Sinclair just didn't put that in the article, or I don't know what the
well, we'll have to ask them, or maybe we'll have to have them on for like part 2 of our
yeah.
combo from last time. So, haven't talked to him in a while though. Yeah, let's hope for the best with them. But
Yeah, for sure.
I know we talked about this maybe last time, but I mean, how about talk about like rising tides raise all ships, one of my favorite sayings. I'm just gonna throw out all my sayings here. With the P-Dub, Sirens versus Torin at MSG, Madison Square Garden, April 4th, sold out. Fleet versus Victoire, April 11th, TD Garden, sold out. When we were working on the Bean Pot, we were kept asking, like, what does it look like? Like,
Mm,
they kept saying it was lower bowl. Like, it was that conversation, like, maybe only lower bowl is gonna be open. So let's go. Like the Olympics or whatever push this. And I mean, there was we were trying to get involved with them and promote the game. And, we'll push out the Bean Pot if you push out our game in April, and couldn't be more fitting. I was thinking about how the Skylar Irving's
mhm.
family, what a great like situation for everybody, right? I mean, if
Right.
you played those Bean Pot players, I always go back to that because there's so many of them in the P Dub. But for Skylar Irving to go back to TD Garden and play in a sold out crowd,
Yeah.
like, are you kidding me? And then, so I was texting with her family tonight because I was like, "Let me just text with them and see what's going on." Like, how many people? 50 plus are
Yeah,
going for
right,
the
right,
camp?
right.
Yeah, they have a couple suites. They said it's definitely 50 plus. They're gonna have a good time and another FOMO moment for me.
Yeah.
Bryn has her play The Lion King on that weekend, so I'll be
That's
watching that
I
game.
texted you the other night. I was like, "Hey, I can get up to 5
Yeah,
media credentials. Do you?"
yeah.
And you were like, "I can't."
Yeah. As much as I love my hockey, I'm a good mom.
That's right. Kids are first, dude.
Yeah.
Um, all right, in the league play, we want to just wrap up with these end of the season awards. I don't want to slight anybody because these athletes worked very hard for these, so we want to make sure we give them all some
Yeah.
shine. In the WCHA, Ohio State goalie Haley McLeod earned her 23rd win of the season to break the single season wins record. Good on her. And Hilda Svensson was named Rookie of the Year.
Yeah,
Uh,
she's incredible.
Dude, it's watching the WCHA after watching like predominantly Hockey East and ECAC. You're just like, holy smokes, what is like a different step? Not every team, right? But like the Wisconsin and Ohio States for sure.
Welcome to the party, Brownie.
Yeah, I know. Hey, listen, it's a slow burn. I'm learning. Uh, Wisconsin, Carolyn Harvey wins the Player of the Year and her third straight Defender of the Year. And Linda and I showed this to Linda prior. I'm going to put it up on the screen in a second. You remember last year when Abby Murphy blew her
Yeah.
up and they were Olympic teammates together. Everything's great. And then they come back. And I don't know if it was the first game or second game back. This little moment happened. You see Murphy chop her, and then Harvey turns around and just cross checks her right across the chest and decleats her, as we used to say in football when you the pulling guard. But yeah, hey, wearing a different jersey. There was I don't want to say his name. But there's this kid that I grew up with. We had two high schools in my town, and when we played lacrosse, I covered him or he covered me every year, twice a year,
Yeah.
right? But every summer we played in the same summer league together. And our senior year, we had a bench clearing brawl in the high school game, and he was right there. We were throwing punches, and after the game, like he was bloody and I was bloody, and he's like, "What the hell, Brownie?" I'm like, "Bud, different jersey."
Yeah.
It's like, sorry.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, guys do that all the time,
Yeah, yeah,
right? So you just told a story about that, and guys play like that all the time. And sometimes you would never know that they might be good friends,
right.
or and these players are just they're competitive.
Oh
They're
yeah,
fiercely competitive. Um, I mean, I think we got to learn a little bit more about KK Harvey from the Olympics. Like,
yeah,
obviously, she's a young player, lots of popularity, obviously extremely skilled, but
right.
I don't know, maybe it's just me and my social media ineptness, but her and Edwards were doing a lot of the TikToks and all the
Mhm,
dancing and everything. And I was like, this kid seems like she's so fun. Like, I want to hang out with her.
mm,
So she's got more swag than I pictured, because I feel like time has gone so fast with her.
yeah,
And I feel like she was a little kid, but she's not really a little kid anymore. I mean, couple Olympics under her belt, Patty Caz top three, and
right.
I'd give anything to be in the room with these people. Remember when we had Jess Scott on and she was talking about Abby Murphy and her character and how that would be the first person she'd ask to watch her
To
kids?
babysit her kids. Right, right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, these guys are so impressive.
I
They're
just
so
I
impressive that they just play that way. They don't hesitate and hold up because, oh, that's my teammate, that's my friend. And that's always been a thing. That was a UNH Northeastern thing in Providence when those three schools were the big three when we were playing early back in the day. That was really the big three. Cornell was in the mix a little bit there. But that was like a big thing. Like, these guys would go off to the world championships and play together and come back, and then we'd have to play against each other, and they'd have to change their gear,
yeah.
and then they want, like, UNH players to come down and party at Northeastern, and I'd be like, "I hate them." Like, why are they coming? But it really brought, like, the hockey community together
Right, right.
from the perspective of all the people I know now that are on other teams. Like, I hung out with them in college
Mm.
all the time. But yeah.
Well, it wasn't the fact like, I wasn't surprised at the physicality of that play. I hadn't seen that, and I don't watch as much Wisconsin as I would like to because of the way the TV networks are, but I didn't know that was in her game. You know what I mean? I know she plays tough, but
Because I didn't send you my login to Big Ten Network?
no, no, you didn't. Yeah, but that's something I didn't know she had in her bag, and I think that's awesome. I mean, that's only
Oh,
gonna I
yeah.
mean, that's just great. For me,
I'm not
personally, I
I'm
love
not
that.
putting anything past that kid anymore.
No, no,
Like,
no,
she's
no, for
just
sure. For
yeah.
sure. And then the last thing for Wisconsin, head coach Mark Johnson was named coach of the year for the WCHA. University of Minnesota Duluth, our friend MK O'Brien, she was
Yep.
named the outstanding student athlete of the year. And shout out to Schuler. This is the fourth consecutive Bulldog to win the award. So that's I mean, you're a student athlete, so right? That's what it's meant to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
And then goalie Yves Gascon wins the WCH goalie of the year for the second time in a row. Not a bad, not a, and she played great. We'll get to the
Great
game.
great pedigree up
Yeah,
there in
for sure,
Duluth and
for sure.
all yeah. So, I mean, even Mark Johnson when he coached in the year, it's like, "Oh, again? Again?"
Right,
But, I mean, what do you do with the body of work, right? Like,
right, right.
so, it's when you're second to those that caliber, you're like, "Oh, well, that's a win." Like, I had a great year.
Yeah. In the AHA, Delaware, they were awarded the Team Sportsmanship Award, and I think that's a great thing for them for keeping the right attitude, keep pressing forward, and then
Do you think
individually,
that's a, just an AHA thing? Because I don't know if other leagues have that.
It sounded like it. I
Yeah.
didn't see it anywhere else, or maybe they just
Mhm.
made it up for them. I don't know.
Mhm.
And then our friend Caitlin Finnegan, she won the individual sportsmanship award. So good on her, Finny.
Yep.
And then I dug a little deep on this one because I'm a little obsessed with this player. Lexi Linask, she ends the season with 141 blocks, which leads the entire NCAA, and she did it in 30 games. The next closest in women's D1 is 121. Shout out Maddie Quinn from St. Mike's, but she did it in 2 more games. There's no one else in women's D1 that has over 100 blocks. So then I was like, well, let me dig a little deeper. Women's D3 leader had 85. The men's D2 and D3 leader had only 70. And the men's D leader had 117, but there was no one else above 85, just one player. So she, I mean, she eats pucks.
All right, let me play devil's advocate.
Good.
And this is no knock on Lexi
Yep.
Linask because we
Yep.
know we love the Blue Hens.
Yep.
We love Kumi and their staff and Finney and all those guys, right? Like we'll hopefully get them all
Don't forget
on to
Roby.
talk and to talk about their, inaugural season. But do you think that she had more of an opportunity to play in many situations because they're an emerging program? Like
Oh, I'm sure that was part of
like
it.
yeah.
Yeah, so
I mean,
they're seeing more shots than the average cat, but
exactly.
it still takes that intestinal fortitude to get in front of the puck.
Oh, yeah, I was the pencil. When I went out, I was, like, as skinny as
A
possible. I'm like,
flamingo
"Oh
on
god. Oh god."
that's why my feet are so jacked up because I'm like in beer league blocking them like an idiot.
Yeah,
But good on her. Like
yeah.
you can play for team. She can play for Team Brownie any day. That's what I say. So if nothing else works out, Lexi, you got a spot there. Penn State, Tessa Janicki was named Player of the Year. Lindenwood,
No surprise.
yeah, right. Lindenwood, Molly Henderson was named the Scholar Athlete of the Year. Syracuse, Sammy Gendron,
Gendron,
Gendron, thank
probably.
you. Set a new record with 88 blocks on the season, which was the new record for the program. So that just shows you another one. And then the first team All-Stars, Janicki, Penn State, Grace Outwater, RMU, Jessica McKinnon. On D, Penn State, Kendall Butts, RIT, Emma Pickering, and the goalie was Katie Dessau from Penn State. So want to give them all their shine. ECAC, a new attendance record was set with over 4,000 fans at the Herb Brooks Arena over the 2 days, the highest championship weekend attendance of any women's conference tournament. So they were great games, but I'm sure the venue didn't hurt getting people to go, right?
So, have you how many times have you been up there? Don't
Not a
tell
one.
me that.
Not a once. I've been
So,
waiting for it.
okay.
I was supposed to play in a hockey tournament there one time, and at the last minute something happened, and the team I was going to play for didn't go, and I've never had another chance.
Oh my goodness, that's a tragedy.
I know. So I got to go.
All right.
Yale head coach Mark Boulding was named Coach of the Year, and Molly Boyle was named Defender of the Year. Freshman Molly Boyle.
They look good. They look
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, can I say something about Mark Boulding? I don't know him. I've never met him, but I've been in press conferences that he's had. And I want to speak to the fact that after games, he will literally be like, we got outplayed. They're a hell of a team over there. He's so like direct and
Mhm.
honest and doesn't try to couch it and make himself look good. And I respect that. Like I said, I don't know the guy.
Team
Clark's,
Brownie, Mark Boulding. You could be the
yeah,
coach.
he can be
Team
the
Brownie.
coach. I'll be the player coach. Clarkson, Sarah Manis, who we talked about before, Rookie of the Year and Player of the Year.
Yeah.
As a freshman too.
There we go. We
Uh,
got another one of those with Striker.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
In Newha, Franklin Pierce, they made their first ever NCAA Ice Hockey Championship appearance when they took on Quinnipiac. Jill Hurdle was the goalie of the year. Addison Andre wins Rookie of the Year. And David Stockdale wins Coach of the Year. St. A's, Brooklyn Schneiderhan, who we've talked about before, she wins Player of the Year. And Assumption, Justina Valentini wins Defensive Player of the Year. So good representation there, spread around.
Yeah.
Hockey East, as you referred to, Striker Zablocki, named Hockey East Player of the Year. And I had a question for you because there's the Pro Pro Ambition's Rookie of the Year, but then there's also a Hockey East Rookie of the Year. Is it normal that those are two different players?
They were co-rookies of the year.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
That makes much more sense.
Yeah.
All right, so Zablocki was named Hockey East Player of the Year and co-Rookie of the Year, and Jules Constantinople was Defender of the Year. Boston College, Ava Thomas was the other Hockey East Rookie of the Year, and Holy Cross, no surprise, Katie LaChapelle named Coach of the Year. Well deserved.
Wait a minute.
What?
I'm gonna do something.
Uh-oh. What
Hold
happened?
on.
What's going on? Oh, there you go.
That's for Lash.
Yeah, she deserves it, man.
Yeah, that was great.
100%. So I just wanted to clean that up. We wanted to give those people the shine that they earned. And now we can talk about the playing games. We had which was the first game? It was Yale over University.
Yale over UMD.
That was the
Yeah. All
first
right.
game.
Well, let's talk about what we didn't like about the game. Looking through a net,
Yeah.
that was hard.
The fact that the camera was jerking around, I didn't like that.
Every time I watch a game there, and I must have had 5 to 10 texts. That's a range, but being like, "What the hell with the rink?" or "This rink sucks." You text me. I had texts being like, "If people watching it, what the hell?" I'm like, "This is not new news. Like they've
No, I
had this
know, but you
rink for a
forget
long
because you
time."
don't get to watch them.
But and they are getting a new rink.
Yeah.
The one thing I found odd, because if you look at the situation with Northeastern and Matthews Arena, God rest its soul, because I can't look at the tearing down of it anymore on social media. There's renderings like about what that building's going to look like that's going there, but I searched everywhere after last night, or was it last night? Thursday. Yeah, last night.
Yeah, last night.
I can't find renderings of the new rink. I see a place
How
where
do
it's
you
going
know
to be
there's
on
going to be a new
campus.
rink?
They are getting a new rink. It's been built.
But in the
since
announcement,
20
there was no pictures or artist things.
No, and they mentioned it on the broadcast, and they said they'll be moving into the new rink, I think, next season,
Wow.
which is great for them. But I was like, "What's it gonna look like?" That's awesome. And then I went and Googled like Ohio State hockey new rink. All I found was the announcements that they were going to be building it since 2023, actually, but no renderings, no anything. So
Well, shout
I
out.
mean,
What's her name? Nadine Muzzerall.
Buzzerall, yeah,
Shout out to her and her staff for recruiting with that dilapidated. Like I said to you when we were texting,
it's gonna win.
I play in better rinks than that rink
Yeah.
right now for beer league.
I've coached in that rink. I mean, you just walk in and you're like, this is a youth hockey rink. Like,
Yeah.
So anyway, good for them. Again, very successful program. Kids go to get the best training, the best coaching to win national championships. It's very well known.
They're the
But
1 seed.
it is so freaking painful to watch a game in that rink. But back to the game.
All right, so
I thought it was kind of boring at times. I
Mhm.
don't know about you. It was a little bit of a chess match. I mean, teams don't know each other that well, but yeah, I don't know. UMD can't play in desperation, that's for sure. I mean, not that they can't, but like that's really difficult to do in that stage, and
it was a goalie showcase, right?
it sure
Samson
was,
Fry, she had
yeah.
37 saves, and Gascon had 36.
That's the thing. That's what makes it, I don't want to say that's boring, but it's like, come on, like someone crack it, right? So
it was Molly actually, and Molly Boyle's shot from the point, I would have
it got
to say,
deflected.
yeah, but I was gonna say, like, she shoots that 10 times, I would think Gascon makes that save 9, right?
Well, right, hit off a defenseman or another
Yeah,
player or something,
but that's the
so,
way those
yeah.
games always happen. It's like off
Yeah,
a skate, off a stick, so,
yeah, bummer.
um
Because UMD had just swept Ohio in their last weekend of the season.
mm.
So, I mean, whether that plays for or against you, or are you gonna beat Ohio again? I mean, I think UMD they play each other so much in the WCHA that anything really can happen. And I'm happy for Yale, and there's another East team in the mix. So, um, I'm conflicted over all this.
Your girl Schuler's losing 7 seniors, though. That's big.
Yeah.
That's a big
Yeah.
one. the second game, the middle game, was UConn and Princeton. UConn, what was the final? 4-1,
4-1.
right? 4-1, and
4-1.
UConn moves on to play Penn State. Kyla Yosef, oh Jesus, Yosef,
I don't have any names in front of me, people, so I don't know.
Josefovic. She had 2 goals. Tia
Oh,
Chan,
that, yeah.
she's a Terminator. 41 saves. This is UConn's first ever tourney win. But Princeton, Princeton was pushing. They had 16 shots on net in the first period alone.
Yeah.
You know,
They looked a little quicker than UConn. I mean, I like that Hotless kid on UConn a lot.
yeah, she's good.
She just makes things happen. She's like, but Princeton looked a little quicker off the go, but UConn just basically stuck with it and wore them down and found opportunities because the ice was tilted at one point for Princeton, but UConn just waited and waited, and then they really capitalized on their
Well,
scoring
that's the
chances.
benefit of Tia Chan,
Right,
right?
right.
She lets you catch your breath. We saw what Harvard did in the bean pot with Tuffy, right? Same kind of thing. Just take the punches,
I mean, Chan looks. I think all goalies are like this, but like I was watching Chan and thinking, it's like steel, nerves of steel. Like she doesn't even look. Not that goalies do look this way, but she almost looks like she's bored.
Well, you know what it is? She's very like economic with her movements, if that
Yeah,
makes sense. There's
yeah.
no wasted effort, and I think it's like that duck on the surface and the legs are going underneath, you know what I mean, kind of thing. She's just very smooth side to side.
Now, what did you think about Princeton's jerseys?
Oh, I don't care about that stuff at
You
all.
don't care about that? I
No.
mean, I thought they were. I was like, is this a throwback? Okay, Princeton on the back, just the number on the front, little Nike. It was you weren't
I'm
looking
sure
at
it was
any of
I'm
those
sure it was
things?
a thing from the coach. It was like, we're playing for, the
The name
school,
on the back.
yeah, that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yep. I wanna give a shout
You
out
gotta
to
you gotta indulge me a little bit more on the,
I'm sorry.
look
To be
good, feel
perfectly
good, play
honest,
good.
I probably watched only like 15 minutes of that game time. I just had it and we were doing other stuff. I was just listening, you know.
Yeah, fair.
I
You
want to
weren't
give a shout out
dedicated.
to Claire Murdoch though. She had 3 assists and she tied the program single season record.
Yeah.
So, good on her.
That was amazing play she made. She came down the wall and curled back, and she was great. Yeah.
And then in the nightcap, Quinnipiac over Franklin Pierce 4-0, and Quinnipiac plays Wisconsin. This game, Franklin Pierce, man, they hung with them. It
Yeah.
was
When I
there
turned it
was a
on, it was 2-0, right? I think I
yeah, but
turned it on 2.
they got a goal waved off. They were like 10 feet off sides. It wasn't even close. And
Franklin
then
Pierce?
what's that?
Franklin Pierce had a goal
No, no,
waved off?
no. Quinnipiac did.
Oh, okay.
Zoe Ewens flipped one in from the red line, but there were 2 players still skating out of the zone, and
Mm.
player went across the hurdles line of sight, and it beat her. But Emerson Jarvis, who this cat, man, she absolutely flies. She came in, she dragged 2 players on like the same move. It looked like Sega old NHL game, like a video game. She broke the ice midway through the second, I think, and then I want to say it was they had like almost they had I think Hurdle had over 50 saves or 49 saves right there. So they just pounded it, and pounded it. But yeah, Quinnipiac goes up against Wisconsin. So it's good
You
game
wanna
by
talk about how mad you were about the score on the NCAA website?
I was gonna leave it alone. You told me to look through rose-colored glasses. But listen, such a stupid thing, but don't put it up 4-1 if it's wrong. Like double check your
Uh,
work,
I
you
know.
know? Like typos are the dumbest fucking thing. It gets so
Listen,
angry over it.
for our listeners, you do not know how many texts I get, maybe not in a day, but in a week, of Brownie with his undies in a bunch over, "Do it the right way. Why does this have to say 4-1? It's not that hard."
It's not.
And, sometimes the word moron is used and things like that, but it's the passion of like, do it the right way, treat it the same way you treat the men's, that kind of thing. But
Well,
I
that's the
get
whole
that a
thing.
lot.
And I know I'm like to you, welcome to the party, pal, right? But like telling you this, but mistake wouldn't happen on the men's side.
I mean, it could, but I'm
It
not
could,
I'm
but
not
it's
devil's advocating reverse, like,
right.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm just saying that it cracks me up when I'm like, "Oh god, Brownie, like, is this gonna ruin your day? Like,
No, it
don't
just
let it
pisses
ruin
me
your
off.
day."
It's pissing me off.
I guess
It's
I'm
like,
so used to it, right?
well, you know what it is? It's like when I do a blog or I read an article, and
Mm.
then when there's like typos or like someone doesn't proofread, it drives me insane. It like take the extra. What are we talking? Like, unless you're writing like a book, any magazine article, a newspaper article, or blog, not going to take you more than 5-6 minutes to read. So read it back
Mhm.
before you publish it. It's not hard.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
yeah. Sorry. So hey,
So,
I own
okay.
a painting company. I'm a detail oriented guy. You know.
Alright, fair enough.
So some Olympic cleanup.
Before you
USA.
go to that,
Oh,
can I
go ahead.
just
Sorry.
cover U Sports really quick?
Oh, sure.
Because
Sorry. Yeah, I didn't know how
yeah,
you're gonna do this.
I have that on my sheet. I know you don't. It was a late ad while I was
Well, hold on.
researching,
Let
but
me open up this one.
yeah, open that one. I'm thinking
This
about opening a
is
beer.
where is it?
What
This
does
is
it say?
called
The
Resistance.
Resistance.
The Resistance.
Oh God, my son would love that can because he loves Abraham Lincoln.
It's got Lincoln, Washington, Teddy Roosevelt, and FDR.
That's cool.
A Pilsner for true patriots. All right, go ahead.
Okay, Youth Sports Championship weekend is coming up. Same weekend as Frozen 4. What I want to say to our listeners and to all hockey fans out there is that I am doing my best to shine the light, like we've talked about in our podcast, on all of women's hockey. Obviously, we try Olympics. We are deep in NCAA, just very organically. We've talked with Julie Chu. We've tried. We're going to continue to expand this. So
And we're
the
going to
minimum,
continue to try to fix the audio on the Julie Chu episode.
Julie Chu, friend of the podcast, nonetheless. So U Sports Championship weekend. I did a bunch of research on U Sports, and I was like, the trouble with, like, let's just take a Wikipedia, is that it's a little outdated if it doesn't keep getting updated. But it really gave me some real history into like when U Sports came into play, what was before that. All the divisions are named basically for the past of women's hockey. So it's really cool. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna keep going there with that and finding little tidbits. Um, so championship weekend for U Sports is March 19th to the 22nd. It's at Woolrich Memorial Center. University of Waterloo is hosting. As I understand it, the host gets in. They're
that's like
ranked
the
number.
Memorial Cup. The host team gets
Yeah,
in. Yep.
yeah. So the host gets in, but when I looked at the rankings, I think Waterloo was fifth, so they would have
Oh,
got
good.
in anyways. These guys play a 2 out of 3 series heading into that weekend before the quarterfinals to get in to that weekend. Um, what am I missing here? Top 8 teams remaining get in. Again, there's a play-in process. It's a 2 out of 3 game series. What I want to weave into a do better, but it's not a do better like come on, is that I tried so hard to look at the series before on the U Sports site to say, okay, UBC is playing Alberta and they're in a series and they're going to game 3. And I couldn't, no matter what I did, schedule results, whatever. I text some friends who are in youth sports. My good friend Dr. Laura Benyon, Hockey Canada, heavily involved with youth sports. She ended up telling me I'll text a couple people and ask them, is there a different site like a USC at Joe where I can just see the rundown? Can't find it anywhere. If anybody listening to this can tell me where I can find that, just drop that link in this podcast when we post it,
Put it in the
because
comments, please.
I want to give it its due. I want to talk about it. We will do another podcast before next weekend. So I'm going to come back with who's playing in it because it is not yet decided because they are still
Right.
playing out these series through this weekend, I think through tomorrow. But I had to go day by day on the calendar and be like, okay, so and so is playing so and so tomorrow, but it doesn't even tell the series. And is it, I mean, I guess it would be 1-1 if it's game 3. Um, youth sports just has such a rich history and that we're not covering, including PWHL players. They have 8 current active PWHL players, and I just, again, went down this treasure trove and rabbit hole of youth sports history, and, wanna mention it, wanna cover it more, and we'll be coming back with a preview of the youth sports championship weekend.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, what's your friend's name, the doctor for Team Canada?
Laura Benyon.
So, Laura,
Benny.
Benny, I gotta tell you, Dr. Benny,
Dr. Benny, that's what I call her.
there was a blurb somewhere where someone was like, "Oh, and her husband is the men's side, right? Doctor."
Yeah, he's with the Flames.
Yeah. So someone at hockey was like, "Hey, do you know that the Canada men's and women's doctors are married?" And literally I go, "Oh yeah, I know her."
Of course. Is that your thing that you were gonna tell me?
Oh no, I'll tell you that right now, though. That's
God.
perfect lead in.
Jesus
All right, so
Christ.
before we started recording, for those of you that listen to the podcast, I told Linda like my Kendall Coyne Schofield story
We're
from the
not even gonna
last.
mention that. Don't mention that anymore.
Well, whatever, it already happened. And I listen. I got confirmation that she probably doesn't care, from someone else. But so I was like, Linda, I got another issue that may have happened, and she's like, Oh my God, what? And I'm like, I'll tell you when we're recording. So I was texting with Coach Nick Carpenito for the Northeastern
Which
Huskies.
is dangerous, by the way, people. It's just a talk about Gossip Girl.
So I was texting with Carp. We're talking about the trip and everything. And I go, hey, I was going to text Berm something, Lindsey Berman. I was going to text Berm, like joking around. And he's like, oh, definitely do it. So in my mind, I'm like, he might be setting me up, but I'm going to do it anyways. So I texted Berm. I go, hey, Berm, hope the trip to Minnesota was good. I wanted to wish you the best of luck. Listen, I don't know if you know, but I'm pretty dialed in now on all of D1. And number 18 for Minnesota, Murphy, with a question mark, I go, she's pretty good. So you might want to keep an eye on her. Just wanted to give you a heads up. That was all I said, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's funny, right? But Berm doesn't really know me as well as Carp, obviously, or my sense of humor. Dude, this was 2 days ago. I didn't hear from her. And I was like, oh, no. She must be like, who the hell do you think you are? She texted me back today, thanks. And like with a, exclamation. And then I texted her again and I said, I'm just trying to chip in where I can. And she gave me a laughing, crying emoji. So she took it the right way. But I was sweating it out. I'm like, Linda's going to kill me if
I was like, what was your point?
I was just kidding around. Yeah.
I know. They were a little busy. They were
No, I
taking,
know.
they were going
But
to
I was just like,
Minnesota yesterday.
the longer I didn't hear back, the more I was like, oh, she didn't think it was funny at all.
If I knew this was happening, I would have said, don't write him back. Just let him sweat it.
Well, then that's when my mind started thinking. I was like, oh, Cart might be like, don't text him back.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's a double cross,
Carp,
which I
that makes
respect that
sense.
move.
I talked to her. Well, when did you text her? Wednesday? Thursday? No.
2 days,
Doesn't
2
matter.
days ago, Wednesday, I think.
Doesn't matter. I would talk to her on Wednesday because we were talking about their travel, and she's going to meet up with a couple.
That's awesome.
And
No,
you
I
Huskies
listen.
in
I'm rooting
Minnesota.
for them. They know. I just thought it was funny.
All right, move on.
All right, so the Olympics. USA Hockey announced that the organization has welcomed its 100,000th registrant for girls or women's hockey for the 25-26 season, marking a new milestone. It was a 13-year-old girl in the Utah Mammoth Youth Hockey League. They published her name, which I'm not going to share. And I'm sure her parents signed off on this, but I was like, she's a 13-year-old girl. What are we doing? But anyways,
Why?
I don't know. It just seemed, I don't know. I just didn't.
I mean, they had Hillary Knight go see her and
I know, but it's still,
congratulate her.
I don't know. Speaking of Hillary Knight, she played the Olympics with a torn MCL. Nicely done. And then there was some impact to the games. PWHL ticket searches jumped nearly 50% overnight from above the January baseline following the women's team gold medal win. So that's awesome. And searches spiked 216% compared during the Olympics, signaling a surge in real-time fan intent. So while the game was going on, people were hopping on or probably in between periods, I would hope. And U.S.-based PWHL purchases are up 42% year over year, signaling accelerating U.S. interest in women's pro hockey. So,
Well, what did I tell you before? I didn't realize this until I don't even know how this came up. I think I was on YouTube or something looking for a podcast, and Haley Scamora got interviewed
oh yeah,
by
yeah, yeah,
Haley Scamora got interviewed by Pink on
yeah.
the Kelly Clarkson show. I was like, "What scams?
She was like
What?"
the guest host, right, Pink?
Yeah. Yeah, she's the guest host, which I didn't is that a regular thing? I don't watch that
Yeah,
show, so I have no idea, but I was like, "Oh my god." Like,
yeah, cool.
I can't even, um yeah, for our listeners, Haley, I'm close with Haley in the way that I recruited her to Northeastern. She played for me until I left Northeastern, but she's just such an amazing human, amazing family. And I was like, "Scams." I mean, Scams' agent is doing it right. I see her everywhere. I mean, they're all everywhere in their own ways. Um, there was an awesome podcast, and I just want to give shout outs to I love Sarah Spain, good game, and she had
Mhm.
Kelly Panic on, and they had a great chat. I just can't get enough. Like, there's not enough time. I mean, I haven't finished the Welcome to the Party podcast with Hillary Knight and Brittany Bowe, and they talked about they. I'm not even to the interview yet because I have to listen to it in my car for the 10-minute drive to school, and so 10 minutes at a time doesn't get you very far. But yeah, I just the visibility is incredible. Um, it's awesome, and it's obviously, like I said, just what all the stats you read, keep it going. I mean, the
Yeah,
PWHL, like, hopefully this sort of creates the floor was here for, like, let's say the Sirens with their attendance, and hopefully their floor is going up, right? Like their minimum. I mean, they may not always be at their ceiling, but their floor is higher.
yeah, yeah. Hopefully, I saw a clip. It was Abby Wambach, I think, maybe is she a former soccer player, I think,
Yeah. Yeah,
and
that's
she
welcome
was.
to the party.
Oh, that's her.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I remember her as a player. I didn't know her, like, as a
Yeah.
podcast or anything, but I remember her as a player. She's really good. Um, yeah, yeah. There's some insightful right there. She's really good.
Jesus. You don't even understand people what's going through my head. I know everybody doesn't watch the video of this, but my face is like,
But anyways, she was saying, I don't know who she was talking to. I just saw the clip where she was like talking to, maybe it was Hillary Knight, and she was like, do you feel the moment, like, where women's hockey is at and how it's like about to like explode? Are you and it must have been Hillary Knight, right? Because
mhm,
didn't she just have, and Hillary Knight, like, or whoever she talked to was like, yeah, you can definitely feel it. It's
yeah.
crazy. It's like it's all just going like everything's going right. You know what I mean?
But the most important thing, and I'm channeling my Mary Champa, Digit Murphy, like
Yeah.
whatever angle you want to take with this, is that there isn't I have arrived.
No,
Like
I know.
it's going and it's
Right.
going, but it takes years and years of this to have it be the norm, right?
Yep. Yep.
The post Olympics and the I have arrived moment is this isn't it. Even
Right.
though it is for now, and I don't know how to describe that better. I'm probably butchering it like
No, no, I get you.
but I just it's like you can't take your foot off the gas. Like you
No,
just have
100%.
to, yeah. There's so much more work to do.
Lori said she listened to the Digit podcast, and she's like, you need to have her on all the time just to kick your ass.
That is a fact.
I was like, yeah, it's only going to get worse as she gets to know me better. Um,
Mhm.
for the
Okay.
P-Dub, the league announced speaking of catching stuff at the right time, the league announced their first ever nationally broadcast game in the U.S. when the Takeover Tour comes to Little Caesars Arena in Detroit on March 28th, featuring Montreal versus New York. The game will be broadcast on the Ion Network in partnership with Ally and Script
Ally.
Sports. Ally, okay, and Script
Yeah.
Sports.
Ally is
What?
a massive, massive women's sports supporter.
Oh,
LI
yeah? Oh,
Financial. Yeah,
cool.
they're amazing. So they're everywhere, and I love it.
So that's pretty big. That's a nationally broadcast game. That'll be on every basic cable. There's no worried about streaming and apps and logins and all that
Yeah,
crap.
a little dabbling for them, right,
Yeah,
into what the future could be for that.
yeah, absolutely.
Because I don't like the like, "We'll be back in a moment" on
Oh, the
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah, with that whatever the background sound is, I think it's birds or something, I'm not sure.
Was it better than the ESPN background that says halftime?
Halftime, that was
Yeah.
my do better.
That was all right, we'll get to it then, I won't say anything.
It's okay.
Seattle, Hannah Bilka is out for the season due to an upper body injury sustained during the Olympics.
Mhm.
They signed Jada Habish, on the standard player agreement. This is the downside of the best on best going to the Olympics.
Yeah.
You know,
There's a few of them. I mean,
Hillary
Kendall,
Knight, Hannah Bilka,
Hillary.
yeah, it's hard, you know?
Yeah.
Seattle, Alex Carpenter scored the first ever PWHL penalty shot on March 4th against
Can you
Ottawa.
believe that?
What do you mean?
Like, first ever penalty shot?
What was the first ever goal? This was the
Oh,
8th attempt in league history, but she's the first one that put it home.
no.
Ottawa ended up winning the game though, 4-3.
Okay.
And the Seattle Torrent also introduced the first ever sports bra toss on March 11th for their Women in Sports Night. During the second intermission, fans tossed sports bras. Also were available to purchase and pick up at the game. To benefit Bras for Girls, a 501c3 nonprofit organization dedicated to supplying free sports bras and breast development education for girls. From their website, brasforgirls.org, quote, for many girls, not owning a sports bra is a barrier to playing sports. By normalizing body changes and providing access to free sports bras, Bras for Girls supports girls in their relationship with Movement for Life. So it sounds like a really good thing they're doing, and I didn't realize that was such a barrier, you know?
Why would you?
Right, right, yeah, yeah. Wait, listen, I played on a team that when your first year you had to wear a sports bra your first game.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that is like derogatory if I
It's
were to say
hazing.
so.
It was hazing. Yeah. Yeah. I'm
It's
not proud of it. I'm just telling you what happened.
let's do this.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, good on them. And then brasforgirls.org, there's ways on there to support and donate.
Awesome.
The Pittsburgh Pennies I want to save for when we don't have the Olympic stuff next week.
Cool.
Just
Cool.
a historic thing I stumbled across since we're at 48 minutes. So
Yeah, blabber. And
well, listen,
haven't
let's
even
play.
opened a beer yet.
Oh, do you want to? We can just keep talking. I don't have to stop recording. You want to do predictions?
Yeah, let's do predictions.
All right.
Pull it up. I tried to pull it up and I got something else in my AirPod because I'm so JV.
Hang on.
Um,
You can do it.
oh, I got it. Hold on. Okay. Let's do predictions.
Here we go.
The only thing I wanted to say about the do better, just
Go ahead.
not to skip it.
Oh yeah,
What we
yeah.
were,
Sorry.
what
I
we
forgot you
just
have one.
no, what we were talking about earlier was just that, like the ESPN, like it's kind of like your 4-1 thing, like your 4-1 score thing. Okay, Brownie, they said it was 4-1 Quinnipiac over Franklin Pierce. They reported the score wrong.
Yeah.
Somebody hit a digit, whatever. But in like in the ESPN, when you go to commercial, when they go to commercial, when it's not it's a local stream that ESPN picks up and then takes out the commercials, and it said halftime between every period.
Yeah.
So it was like, it's kind of like where you're at. Like, okay, I don't remember. I think it usually says your regularly scheduled program will be back in progress or something. There's the alternative is not like it's first intermission, but it's not halftime. Like it's not.
Right.
It never said halftime before. I can't remember. But the college games usually say like this will be back or back in progress soon. You know. So I mean, it's just not that hard to you're not watching a football game, right? Like don't put up halftime. And then the other thing is I don't know, I want to dig deeper into this and maybe I will do this when I go to Florida at the coaches convention and really get to have some good beer talks at the.
We talk about why you're going to the coaches convention when we're done with this.
Yeah,
All
we can
right,
talk
good.
about that at the end when we're done with this. And about the 12th team, I just can't get over it. The 11 teams in the playing games just have 12 teams. Like, I mean, the D3, which we have not done any justice for.
That's true.
D3, Frozen Four, and all the playoffs with them. Sorry, D3. We're trying to get to it all. I think they have
Still
14.
growing. You should have
They have
seen what
14
a gong
teams.
show this was last year. This is light year ahead. So
It
day 3, we're
is.
coming. Keep your head
I
on a
mean,
swivel.
I couldn't put both AirPods in today because Brownie was too loud in it. So we're still working on it. I was like, I can't stop yelling.
Your wife's gonna be so mad. Go
I
ahead.
know. Anyway, yeah. So I just the 12th team. It drives me crazy because on the selection show, I think it was Angela Ruggiero said that because it was Paige and Angela, Paige Capistran, Husky alum,
Yep.
Angela Ruggiero, we all know. I think the description of the 11 teams was it's approximately the percentage that
So dumb.
represents 25% or something, or 20%. Like it said, it's approximately. It wasn't even like when it first came out, 11 teams were the exact number that the men have in approximately to how many programs they have. They said 11 teams is approximately. And I was like, just stop with the 11 teams. This is just so stupid. Anyway, that's my tangent, but maybe I'll talk about it
Do
another
better.
time.
So talk
Do
about why
better.
you're going to Florida.
I'm going to Florida because I am very, very humbly and fortunately receiving the Coaches Association Women's Hockey Founders Award.
That's awesome.
So
I don't
I'm
have
pretty pumped about that. Heard that news just after Christmas. For me, with my FOMs, it works out great.
that. Took me that long to find that.
Yeah. It actually is crazy because I've been in hockey for so long, and it still was like I got the email. Well, I'll just tell the story now since we're here and
Yeah.
we have beer.
Yeah.
I got a text from Dave Flint saying, "Congratulations, it's well deserved. Congratulations on your award, it's well deserved." And it was like right after Christmas, and I was like, "What award? What is he talking about?" And then I don't know why I would think to look at my email even in that moment. Oh, I think I wrote back and I said, thanks. I don't know what you mean or something." And he was like, "Oh my God, I'm sorry. I ruined it.
No, I
Check
think
your
it's
e."
better that way.
He said,
Really.
"Check your email."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh," so I checked my email and I had an email from Joe Botania, who's does all the media and everything for the HCA Coach Association. And it was like, "Congratulations. You're nominated to you're receiving this award." I'm so happy that Dave texted me and that I heard from
I
him,
think
to be
it's
honest
better
with you.
that way. It really
I mean, I
is.
love Joe too. Like I've
Yeah.
known Joe forever. But yeah, I was just like staring at it and I was like, "What? Oh my God." And then I looked back at the recipients and I was just like, Digit was a recipient.
Yeah.
And many of my mentors and just people I think so highly of. And
Cool, dude.
yeah, I'm excited. I'm super excited. And so my family and I are heading down to the hotel for the convention. It's at a little luncheon. I've got some coach friends that are definitely extending their stays. Like coaches convention is a whole nother topic that we can talk about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'll be putting it in my speech too. That I
I
think they should
I
go to
feel
their
like
Frozen.
I should text Todd tomorrow and be like, "Hey, can we get Linda a break in the glass shirt in time for a trip to Florida?"
Um,
Wear it up
Todd
there.
Todd texted me like pretty soon after that, and he was like, "I'm so happy about this." I mean,
Yeah. He's the
it's not
best.
really out there on the socials because just the way it got disseminated is just through the
There's gonna be
HCA site.
pictures and
But
stuff that we'll share on our socials. We can
yeah,
pump
yeah,
you up.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. No,
But dude,
I'm
it's a
like,
huge honor. You've worked for years diligently working and trying
yeah,
to further the sport, and, hard work pays off, and you should
yeah.
be
I don't
recognized. You
know.
should get
I'm so excited. I'm I think there were people that I talked to, like Laura Schuler, like she didn't know because she doesn't read her emails, and they went through the stops and starts, which is the newsletter for the
Yeah,
HCA. So she was like, I know she always goes down there with her entire family, like her in-laws and her nieces and nephews. So I was like, you're going to be staying past Thursday, right? And I told her, and she was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. This is so exciting. Um, but I'm just excited to go down and see my people and just
it'll
be
be a
with
fun
them,
time.
and yeah, it's gonna be great. So,
Yeah. Oh, I'm
great,
happy for you.
super grateful.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, excuse me. All right, let's ready. I got the games here.
Mhm, mhm.
Do you want to pick first? You want to bounce back and forth? You want to do it like that?
Yeah, let's go game by game.
All right. So Yale, Ohio State. You
Ugh.
go first on this one.
Okay, well, first I wanna say that I'm super happy that, um, from the perspective of the East versus West, I mean,
Mhm.
we've got a good balance here. And no matter what, there's like an East, and we'll consider Penn State that team going
Well,
to the Frozen
if you're
Four.
going to consider Penn State an Eastern team, one, two, three, four, then you got what? 5-4. Wait, how am I doing that? One,
No,
two.
there's only 4.
I
There's
know.
8 teams
So
left.
it's 5-3 if you're going to count Penn State as an Eastern team.
We have to count Penn State as an
Okay.
Eastern
No,
team. I
that's
mean,
fine.
it's like counting Clarkson. So,
Yeah.
okay, Ohio State, Yale. Oof, I think Ohio State.
Yeah.
Um,
I think I'm going to go the same. I think it's Yale's played awesome, but
mhm.
Ohio State's a buzzsaw.
Well, it's like when I watched Northeastern play Ohio State. I think it was at Duluth, and I think it was at Duluth. Maybe I was at Penn State. No, Penn State. I can't remember where I was when. I mean, I know Erie was the year they played Wisconsin
Yeah.
um in the final, but I it's just like you said, it's another brand of hockey. It's
Yeah.
another level, and Yale,
And it's a home
it's
game.
great to see the success, but I don't think Yale can keep up.
But Yale is, I think, they're a relatively young team, or at least on the back. The goalie, she's a freshman, right?
Yeah.
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 So, I mean, this is no matter how this shakes out. And like I said this in my write up about the Quinnipiac Franklin Pierce game, it's a great step for the program, Franklin Pierce. It wasn't the result they wanted, but they have nothing to be embarrassed about. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They
Yeah.
played unbelievable.
Sure.
Let's do that one last. Let's go to Penn State, UConn. I'll go first.
Okay.
Buddy, I'm going UConn because of Tia Chan. I think it's basically it's going to come down to can UConn contain Janicki and the rest of the offense long enough with Chan in the defense for UConn to get on the board and kind of
Mhm.
get it going the other way.
Yeah.
So listen, I
Okay.
was perfect in the playing games. I got all three, but this is where all the wheels fall off because I guess with my heart, not my head.
Well, you're a little partial to hockey East, so you picked UConn
Against
over
Penn State,
Princeton.
but
You love the Bobcats. I mean, obsessed with the Bobcats. Let's
that's my
tell
upset
we
pick
don't
right
have
there.
to. This is not like a
Oh,
new
yeah, you know
news.
what? I
Well,
should pick Penn State because I looked at how I'm gonna pick the rest of these.
and then yeah, you picked Yale over Duluth.
No, I picked Ohio, but the rest of the way, I'm going.
No, but you said you were 3 for 3 in the plans.
Yeah, I thought Yale was gonna win that. Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
It's again. I might be a little bit of your lack of familiarity with the West, but
it could be. Yeah, it could be.
yeah, and you're but anyway, I respect that, and I wanna go against you, but I want UConn to win. And
Okay.
sorry, Jeff Campersall, Penn State. I think it is a really, like, riveting story and pretty storybook if you can play in your own rank, and that is their motivation, and they're a good team, but I there's something about UConn. They've got some like you said, they've got Tia Chan.
They got Tia Chan, and that game, like I was at the Hockey East Championship between Northeastern and UConn that went to double overtime, and like a bounce, broken
Yeah,
play, you
yeah,
know, a weird thing off one of the glass panels.
yeah.
It's and something like that.
I didn't. watch as many, like, being not in Boston, and, even I don't tune into the Northeastern games every weekend, like, people
Mhm.
might think I do, but I don't. Like, you'll be like, "Oh my god, what's going on with this game?" And you're at it, and I'm like, "I'm at basketball. I have no idea what you're talking about." But I like UConn. I just like them. Like, I like that player, I like that Hotless player, I like that, what's the player that I said made the player earlier? I can't remember her name.
Hotless.
No, there was another kid that you were talking about. I can't. This is terrible of me that I can't remember her name, but I'm drinking wine. Um, I yeah, I would. I'm a fan of either team. I I think that UConn will continue to carry the momentum of their goalie.
All right, so let's go to Minnesota Northeastern.
Oh, okay. Am I first?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Oh shit. Um. Well, I'm going with my Huskies. I have to.
Yeah,
I
of
mean,
course.
there's not even like I feel like I'm about to play the game right now. My heart's racing. Um, I have to go to a consolation basketball game tomorrow at 1:10 p.m. by the way, and I'm like, when I get home, everybody leave me alone.
So
Um,
the beauty of this podcast is that Lori doesn't listen, right? So I messed up my ankle this week. I missed a hockey game. I missed 2 days of work. I couldn't put weight on it. And it's still really sore, but I'd probably be okay. So tomorrow we're supposed to go, me, Lori, Riley, Lori's parents, we're supposed to go to this Audubon thing where you do this walk through the marsh and it's the woodcock mating season, and they're these weird little birds that walk like this, and they do this very intricate mating thing. And Riley was studying them at school, so we're going to do this walk. It's at 6 o'clock, and
PM.
then yeah, because they do everything at dusk,
Mhm.
and then we're going for dinner. And so we're talking about this, and I go, well, the game's on at 3, and she's like, yeah, what do you think? And I'm like, well, I don't know. I go, my ankle's really still I go, my ankle's still kind of tender. And she goes like this. She goes, oh my God, you're right. You just want to meet us for dinner. And I'm like, yeah, that'd probably be best. And the only way I'm getting away with this is Lori doesn't listen to this
I
podcast.
mean,
Do you notice
I
how I whispered a little in
I
case she's
am
still
on
awake?
I am like on your team, so to speak, but coming from a wife perspective, I wish I don't have Laura's number, but I might want to text her just to see what happens. I would actually say the same because Nicole was so excited about the Digit episode that she's like, I'm listening to this. I love Digit. And she
Yeah.
loves getting into these things, like the scams thing. She was like, I sent her a picture of the thing and she was like, go scams. Like she's been in it, right? For
Hey,
a long
listen,
time with
hey,
me.
listen, Scamora, because I don't feel comfortable enough calling
Yeah.
you scams. I haven't met you yet. If you can get us pink on this would be awesome.
Yeah. I'd have some pretty excited nieces. I'll tell
Yeah.
you that much. But I don't think Nicole listens to this either. So I'll just say that I plan to like lock myself in our surround sound in the basement. Because last week I watched in the living room, which is a big open floor plan, and my in-laws were here after basketball and everybody was hanging out. And I was just like, I don't care. I'm
Yeah.
antisocial. Like I and don't and if you talk too loud, I'm gonna turn the TV up.
Exactly. I do the same thing.
Yeah. So anyway, we're past that. We're going for Northeastern.
Yeah.
I picture like just let's go Huskies.
I think
Sleep
this is going to
well.
be
You're all.
I think this is going to be a different level of physicality than
Mhm.
Northeastern has encountered.
Of
And I
course.
think that plays into Lily Shannon's game. I think that plays into Bogdan's game, Constantinople's game. I think they have enough people that can play that grind. The whole nail gun line, Lily Brazis,
Yeah.
Emmy McDermott, all of them. I think this is gonna be a really good game.
Well, I mean, all of these things factor in with like even the UConn Penn State. The Ohio thing, I think, is just a mismatch,
Mm.
unfortunately. Like, as much as you want to celebrate how far Yale has come, but I think just playing in Ritter. Ritter is a really special place. It's really dynamic. It's going to be extremely overwhelming for Northeastern from the perspective of that home crowd and home rink advantage. And it's just, it's electric. I mean, I'm crying right now that I'm not going to be there, but it's going to be hard for me to even watch it and like imagine
Oh,
what
it's
my
gonna be
friends are
tense.
there.
It's gonna be one of those ones where I'm gonna be like, I need to get up and I'll be pacing, in front of
Well,
the TV.
last week I wanted to do a watch party with a bunch of NU people, and we were gonna do like a FaceTime and have everybody join in or do a
Mm,
Zoom. And I thought about that for tomorrow, but I just think it's very distracting. So,
yeah, agreed,
um,
agreed.
anyway, all right, we'll keep
All
going
right,
because
the
we're
last game, I gotta go first. Quinnipiac, Wisconsin, buddy. I'm riding the Bobcats.
I
I'm
knew
going.
you would.
I know. Look, they're up against it, but
Okay.
I'm gonna tell
Okay.
you. I'm gonna tell you this one little fact. There's this player on Quinnipiac. She's sitting on 42 goals. Friend of the podcast, Kaylin LaMarche. She got held off the sheet for scoring. She had 2
I saw
primary
that.
assists last game. No goals. I think she's going to bust out. I'm thinking she's going to put up 4.
4
Yep,
points,
4 goals.
4 goals in that game.
Yep. I think this game's going to be like a 6-3 Quinnipiac win.
Ooh, we
Yeah,
didn't
just a
talk about
big
scores,
upset.
but that's
I think they're gonna get out early and they're just gonna pour it on. I
okay.
think they might be a little bit, they might have that Team of Destiny vibe. Felicia Frank is playing out of her mind. That Jarvis cat I talked about early, she's like the fastest player in the ECAC. I love watching them play. Ainsley D'Ottavio, the defenseman,
We need to get you some Quinnipiac gear.
don't have any gear, yeah. um, I just
Cassie Turner, we're gonna work on that.
yeah,
Uh,
this is talk about a coaching battle between these 2.
yeah, I know. I'm gonna go with Wisconsin.
I know you.
I'm just gonna do the devil's advocate thing, but also they're just so powerful.
They are.
No offense to Quinnipiac. Uh, I'm just gonna go with Wisconsin. So, all right. So you've got Ohio,
Yep.
Northeastern, Yukon, and Quinnipiac.
Yep.
Wow, that would be a very interesting Frozen Four. And then
Be
I've
awesome.
got Ohio, Northeastern, well, Yukon and Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So 2 and 2, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I
all
mean,
right, see you at Penn State.
oh, that'd be sick. I know Wisconsin's so deep, but I mean, sometimes you could shock the world. It's a one game. It's a one
Yeah.
game tournament.
Speaking of the wife's not listening, I have a whole plan in my head. How I'm going to get to Boston for a funeral on
Right.
Saturday in between the 2 games.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm flying, so I'm basically
Yeah.
flying for the day. But yeah, we'll talk about it next time.
I just got new tires for the truck, so I can disappear for 3 days, no problem. Should probably be thrilled. To be perfectly honest, she'd be like, "Yeah, have a good time." All right, well, that's it for us. We're just a little bit over an hour. This worked out great. I'm gonna probably have a couple more beers and try to get this out.
Yeah.
We will be back next week after the games to talk about the Frozen Four. That's really all we got, right? Shout
That's
out
all we got.
to Minocqua Brewery, sponsor us, it'd be great.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Penfolds Cabernet.
There you go. There you go.
I was
And,
gonna have a beer, but it's so filling these days. So
yeah,
it's not really the hockey way to just
this
drink some
Resistance
wine, but
Pilsner is very, very good. I'm very happy with this. I'm
okay.
going to take a couple of these upstairs to try to get this podcast out now. So when you listen to this podcast tomorrow, all the games will be in the afternoon. And enjoy the games. Enjoy hockey. That's all I got.
Right. The ball's gonna drop in 12 minutes.
The
So
12 minutes.
the New Year's Eve ball.
Oh,
Like
I didn't know what
this is really you guys. We're dedicated. It's 11:49.
this is dedication. This is
But
yeah. This is we skate the river, right, Stevie? Did they skate the river? No, they didn't. That's a Mystery Alaska reference for you. All right. Well, thanks for watching or listening, and we'll catch you next time.
bye for now.